Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I am Bisola, pro makeup artist, and I love makeup. So, today's video, holidays are here, okay? The holidays are here. We're going to different parties. A lot of things are not virtual anymore. We thank God for that because, y'all, I'm tired of virtual events. And I think it's because I'm a very extroverted person. I like going places. So I'm excited that a lot of things are happening. Holiday events, holiday parties, holiday get together with your friends and family, all that jazz. And a lot of us, if not all of us, we want to look good. We want to look put together. We want to be beat, you know, if you love makeup. So that's what we're going to do. But in this video, I'm going to do a full face of Sephora collection. Someone in my DM was like, I really love your makeup, but all the stuff you use is luxury makeup. And she was like, can you do affordable makeup? And I was like, I'm gonna do something with Sephora collection because I have so much makeup. I'm not going out of my way to go to the drugstore and trying to figure stuff out. Most of the time, 99%, 100% of the time, if it's not Sephora collection or like LYS, everything is going to be luxe. It's just what I have for makeup. Or like whatever you can buy at Sephora is what I use. I don't want to specifically say it's all luxe, but if you could get it at Sephora, I have it. But majority of my makeup, over 80% of my makeup is luxe brands. So I was like, this is a great opportunity if you already have Sephora collection. And people sleep on Sephora collection. Just because it's affordable does not mean it's not amazing. It's amazing. I love Sephora collection. Ooh, I love Sephora collection. The only things I don't have is mascara, brows, and my brows is already done off camera. I will recommend all the Sephora collection stuff that I'm not using here, but are amazing. So I don't have primer, I don't have mascara, brows I also don't have, and concealer. But I knew I was gonna do this video. I just was not gonna go out of my way to purchase stuff because I have too many. In any category of makeup you can think of, I have too many. So I also don't have eye cream. And if you're new here, I always like using eye cream. If you don't know, because you're new, I just said that. Wow, what's wrong with me? I like to prep my under eye for concealer because I use powder enough, maybe too much for some people under my eye, and I have oily skin, so powder never really bothered me. Powder is actually my friend. But if I know I'm gonna if I'm going out, the steps I'm doing in this video is for us going out. So if it seems a little much, modify it to the way you like to do your makeup. But you know, we're going out, we want our makeup to last for a long time. So for my under eye, when I put concealer and I set, I am going to make sure it lasts all night. So this eye cream that I used is the hydrating eye cream from First Aid Beauty. And this has hyaluronic acid in it. And it's good for sensitive skin. I'm just patting this in. If you are someone that has dry skin, you should just, anything that's cream opposed to gel based, you should always use it, especially in winter months. You should always drench your skin. And your makeup will, if you have proper skin prep, your makeup will always look good. Proper skin prep and blending, we're gonna do that today. Did I mention I also don't have eyeshadow primer that is Sephora collection? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna use the Milk one. And what I like about this, because like I said, I want my under eye to last, and that has absorbed in my skin already. Oh my God, that feels so good. This is also good. This Milk Hydro Grip primer. Sorry. This is also just like the primer for your face. I really like it, but it's also good as a under eye primer. So we're gonna put some generous amount, like it's eye cream before concealer. Or I'm actually gonna put that on after I'm done with my eyeshadow, because I don't want, if I put this on now under my eye and I put my eyeshadow on, if there's fallout, it's gonna stay there because this is gonna set it. And we don't want that to happen just yet. So there's that. Let's get started with eyeshadow. So some things that I mentioned here may be discontinued, but I will leave you similar products. I don't want to say dupes, but I will leave you similar products because I got your back. I was originally going to use this pocket palette. They always have them in like color stories. I think it's 6 of these. So this looks like this. And I was going to use this, like I said, but it's unopened and I had already planned on giving this away. So I'm not going to open it. I don't want to be that person. I'm going to give this away. It's already, because I was looking for it the other day. It needs to be given away. What I am going to use, that you can, I'm going to link it. What I'm about to mention to you guys is discontinued. But forgive me. I got you. I will show you other brands that have it. So this is the Sephora Pro palette. Remember when Sephora had a bunch of these? Sephora, who I gotta talk to? Because y'all gotta bring this back. Now, when I show you guys this, you will see that it has not been used. But I have a defense. Hold on. So this is what it looks like. I wanna make sure I don't blind y'all. That's what that looks like. Now, as you can see, the name was printed on there by me. I used my label maker and it looks a little ratchet. And as you can see, it also has not been used. When I bought this, oh wow, my hands are really hydrated because it's leaving marks on here. When I bought this, I knew I was gonna use it. This was one of the first versions that came out. And I want to tell you about this before I start putting on my eyeshadow because I feel like I'm going to have brain farts and I'll forget what I'm trying to say. But this, you can't find it anymore. Like I said, I'm going to add, give you guys some options in the description. But I bought 2 of these and it comes with this. The reason why I put the name on there is because it comes with this. And every time I open this palette, it always falls out. I have 2. When not reformulated, but when it was selling out, I remember because when this came out, I was still working at Sephora. And a lot of people were buying them because they were really good. And they are really good. But this was always falling out. When I bought the second version that is now in my Pro kit, it comes attached to the palette. There's something that goes on in my brain. If eyeshadow palettes, if they have names on them, if they have names on them like this, I need to be able to is this in frame? I need to be able to see the name. This was falling out and this was just a palette that I knew in my kit, if that one ran out, I was gonna replace it with this. But I have plenty of other palettes that have these color stories in them. So when that one is done, I'm just gonna put another palette in there and I'm gonna use this for myself because these are really good. So I'm sorry that it's disconnected, that it is discontinued. However, oh, this mirror is so good. So I'm gonna be looking down a little bit while we do this. I don't even know what color to use. Let's start off with Saddle. Yeah. So I gotta find out who is in charge of these. These, I think I mentioned the last time in my last makeup video, that the Sephora Pro palettes, especially the face one, I use them like it was nobody's business. Now I can see, I don't know if it's because it's been a while, this has a lot of kickback. I think it's just because this was one of the earlier versions, because I don't experience that much kickback, if any, from the one I have in my kit. And it's the same one. So I have 4 of these palettes in total. I have the super pigmented one. I forget what that's called. It's like the colorful ones with the greens and the blues, or like jewel tone. I have the new nudes. I have this, and I have another one. So 4 versions, but 3 in my kit. And that's all the eyeshadow palette I really need. I'm trying to finish the ones I have and then like just only use those. The thing that sucks, like I said, the only thing that sucks about those is that it is discontinued. So I'm using the shade Saddle and Auburn. They're right next to each other. Well, I'll annotate it on the screen. They're right next to each other. So I'm just lightening up my brow bone, and it's gonna ease into my transition color. So I don't really like doing, I'm gonna go in the color Cocoa. I'm not someone that does like subtle makeup. So I just want to let you know right now, this is gonna be a full glam. And it's like holiday party season. Like, why would I not do something fun? Like, I'm still gonna keep the eye pretty like holiday classic, because I want to show you guys different lips that will go well with this. So I don't want to overwhelm the eyes with a lot of colors if I'm gonna do a lot of colors or different colors for the lips. But you guys let me know, are you going to any like work holiday parties? Are you excited about them, or do you not care like that? I'm a party person. Well, thought my brother was about to enter here. I don't want to say I'm a party person like that, but if you invite me to a party, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna have fun. But like to like seek out parties, that's not me. And you know what I forgot? Eyeshadow primer. I already had concealer on my lids, so maybe that's why I forgot. But I'm someone that has really oily skin and really oily eyelids. So primer is a must. I was gonna say earlier, the key to your eyeshadow looking really good, just makeup in general, is taking your time to blend, y'all. If you take your time to blend, your makeup will not betray you. Okay. Some of the brushes I'm gonna be using is gonna be also from Sephora collection. I think I have a lot of them. I have all Sephora collection pro brushes, but they're my like travel brushes, like the extra ones. They're all travel brushes. So it's gonna be a mix of Sigma and Sephora collection. Everything, I promise, everything I used will be linked for you. I'm trying to decide between, like, I want my eyes to still give like glam, but I don't want to overpower my eyes. Like I said, depending on the lips, like on the lip color. But I know I want gold. I want to be in the gold family of things. So let's see here. Oh! Yes. So I like that this is still like some form of gold, but it's not doing too much. It's not like glitter, you know? And this is called Brass. So even though I'm using a flat shader brush, I'm making sure to bring that up, because when I go back in with my blending brush with no products on it, I want it to have like a nice fade, gradient fade. I want it to be a nice gradient, so you can see the separations of the color, but no harsh separation of the color, no harshness. My brain is not following what I'm trying to say here. So from the small palette I told you guys about earlier, those eyeshadows are also really pigmented. So I know people are not into like huge mega palettes. I love them. Like this palette, it doesn't matter what your skin tone is. When I tell you, I kill it every time with this palette. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. But yeah, those small pocket size palettes, I think, would be ideal if you want to get something from Sephora, but you're like, I'm not trying to break the bank. No one has time for that. It's really good. Depending on the color stories that you love, you will be able to find one that works for you. And I'll link that, even though I'm not using it, I will link it down below. So going back into the color Cocoa, it's a little rich and warm. I'm gonna go back here just to have some definition. And I'm not using like too many colors on my main eyelids because sometimes, you know, I like to keep it easy. I was gonna say simple, but I like to keep it easy so it's good to follow. Like if I wasn't doing a tutorial, I would do extra shit to my eyes because that's just how I am. I'm extra like that. But by the time we're done with this look, it's still gonna give you a very nice glam look. If you want, you can add glitter on top of this, but I'm not gonna do that. And if you have, that's why I really like this. A lot of the colors I'm using is also in this pocket palette that I showed you guys, or that I mentioned. You can get this look that I'm doing with that palette. I'm picking colors that I know is also in that palette. And when you go in store, if you were interested in something like this, the color story is already in the package itself, like on the outer packet. So you get some golds, some nice amber colors, some oranges in there, just like sienna burnt orange colors. And I think I want to add more of this gold here. If you're enjoying this video, please leave me a thumbs up. I always forget to say stuff like this in videos. And let me know what your favorite Sephora collection eyeshadow palette has been throughout. Like if you've been shopping Sephora collection, let me know what your palette has just have you in a chokehold, or you just really love and you reach for all the time. And if you're not a palette person, which single eyeshadows from Sephora collection do you have in your arsenal and you're like, oh, this is it, I love this. Next we are going to go for, I have this, what is this? This is a matte black retractable eyeliner waterproof pencil, and I'm going to use it to tight line. I don't have ink liner either from Sephora collection, so I'm just going to use this to tight line because I don't really want gel. This, once you put it on, it's not hard to come off, because when you're taking off your makeup, it will come off, but I'm not going anywhere and I don't really feel like, but it's really amazing. The point I'm trying to make is it's gonna stay. And when you use oil cleanser, it's gonna come off. But it is waterproof. I just want you guys to know that. So it looks like this. I'm like trying to get this to focus, but my face is in the way. There we go. So I'm just going to close my eyes and tight line because my eyes are really sensitive, and if I don't, it's gonna water. That's always like my happy dance, when something is looking right and when I have food. So I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes. I know this is supposed to be just whatever I don't have from Sephora collection, I'm using something else. But I still want to be honest with you guys and tell you what I'm using. So that's, I don't know if they have a new version, but this is the one. Oh, there's a Resistance. Oh, I've never used this before. Oh, that's not bad. I forgot to line my eyes though. I got carried away. So that's what we're gonna do. My favorite eyeliner right now is from Anastasia. So whatever eyeliner you have that you love, use. So eyes are done. This mascara that I used one side for this side. And what side did I use? Where's that? What's this? Curls and length for this side, and this I used volume. I like the curls and what is it? Curl and length side because I like the way it looks. I don't mind the volume side, but my lashes has volume. It's just not super long. So I'm not, when it comes to volume eyelids and lashes, it's not for me. I think I mentioned I also don't have primer, but I'm not going to use a primer today. You should use a primer if you're going out for the holidays, because you're going to be out, okay? One that I would recommend would be the Milk. Whatever primer works for longevity for you. Actually, I'm lying. I would use this. If I were going any holiday party I'm going to right now, I would use this. I mentioned this the last time in my makeup video. The Danessa Myricks, what is this? Yummy Skin Blur, what is this? Blurring Balm Powder. That's what I would use. Personally, that's what I would use going out. But the foundation I'm going to use is the Best Skin Ever from Sephora collection. I don't need to say from Sephora collection, right? Because hello. But yes, that's what that looks like. And the shade that I'm using is 65N. Let me just find a brush here. So I don't have, what don't I have? What's that thing called? I don't have concealer from Sephora collection. So I'm going to use one of the concealers that I'm loving right now. And this is Dior Backstage. Oh, this is the wrong shade. I'm going to use the 57 brush for, ooh, do I want to use, no, I'm going to use this to blend. So the reason why I like adding concealer, especially right here, I should actually drag it up. I'll go in with a brighter one in a second. Because I have a very flat nose bridge. That's why when I get glasses, I have to get the ones that like has the ridges or the rubbers, whatever they're called. Because if not, it will always slide down my face. So this color, I like mixing it, or this is a color that I'll probably use if I were just using like concealer under my eye and blending it out, or spot concealing. I wouldn't use this to brighten, but it still conceals. Like obviously you'd be able to see like once this is blended out. I actually don't mind this color because the powders that I'm going to use are a bit brightening, or is it wow, is a bit brightening that I'll use for my under eye. So I actually don't mind it now. But that concealer, I just grabbed the wrong shade. I have them in 3 shades, but I grabbed the wrong shade. Okay, I think I spoke too soon because I legit really love this color under my eye. But this would be like a everyday. I would go a shade lighter if I was trying to give that like snatched glam face. I would say this would be like a everyday cutesy glam look, because everything is still going to be a glam look, okay? Let me not kid myself here. This will just be a subtle version of it. This is where my glasses usually leaves a dent. And I cannot wait to get LASIK, because no, I can't wait. Like that. So, under the eyes, let's put this foundation away. I'm going to use the translucent setting powder. It looks like this. So the powder that's in the cap, not in here, in the cap is what I'm gonna use. This is a contour brush, I'm sure. This is the Sephora Pro contour brush. I'm gonna use it for my under eye. So, I like this powder. This was my first time using this one. I like that. Ooh, I like this. I like this. To do the rest of my face, I'm going to use a Sephora Collection pressed powder foundation, because we're about to give good blur, good set, good. This is not gonna budge. Budge for what? Okay, I'm using a Sigma F24. So now I'm going in with the Micro Smooth powder. The shade I'm using is 60, and I'm going to use it for under my eye, just under my eye only, this specific shade, and I'm using a sponge. We want our makeup to last what? All night while we're partying, because your under eye, that's why I was emphasizing earlier the use of under eye cream. Don't worry, got it. So this is just what it looks like. I'm gonna use a sponge. So just swirling it around. And this is going to give y'all, by the time I'm done, my under eye is gonna look so smooth and blurred. Also, I think I forgot to mention, this is a Sephora Collection sponge. Before, y'all know, if you're new here, I am a beauty blender girl through and through. I love Beauty Blender. The sponge, the foundation, all the extra other things that they have, love it, love it. And when it comes to sponges, I have so many beauty blenders. I love Beauty Blender. I love Beauty Blender. The other blenders out there, they're fine. This is really nice, but I just want to let y'all know I'm a Beauty Blender girl. This is nice though. I would say from the first iteration of these kind of sponges, it's gotten better because this is not hard at all. So I'm gonna let that sit for a second. And then the brush that I used earlier with the translucent powder that I just used to set it, that's what we're gonna use to sweep it away. But first, let's contour. I'm sorry. I know I mentioned this before. The Sephora Pro palettes for the face. It's also discontinued. It's like this iteration of Sephora Collection Pro palettes, the eyes, the face, they Sephora. I'm about to make a TikTok. Sephora. Bring it back. So this is the color that I'm going to use to contour. Right here. Let me move it closer so you can see. And then I'm going to use a palette that you can actually buy for my highlight and blush because you can't get this. I'm so sorry. But this contour has held me down since this palette existed. Let's use this. This is a Sigma F76. And remember, I like to contour down because I have a very round face and I like for my face to look a little more oval and snatched, okay? Don't let this harsh line right here bother you. I got this. So now let's just sweep off this and blend it into the contour. You can already start to see a difference from here to here because it's still a little harsh. So same thing, sweep off and blend into the contour. So now, can I just say, y'all, if I were going to somewhere that I knew I'd be partying, dancing, it's gonna be a lot of this. Every step of face that I've done, I would use a setting spray. So after I had set my first part of concealer, I would use the setting spray. Powder, setting spray. And then my contour and another layer of powder and all that. And when I'm done, last setting spray. Okay. So back with our powder brush with nothing on it. I'm going to buff everything together. So you can see where I'm obviously contoured, but there are no like harsh lines. Sure, now, I hope Sephora still has this. If they don't, we gonna fight. It's the trio. When I was working there, this was always sold out because it's so good. I think they come in 4 iterations depending on how pale or dark you are. And this, baby, it's gorgeous. Oh. Y'all, my finger just dug in that. Oh my God. Let's be careful. But my finger just dug into this. You see that? There you go. So highlight, blush. I cannot believe I just dug my nail into that. Let's highlight first. The shade, this palette I'm using, my shade is Empower. So that's the palette I have. Like I said, I think it's 3 or 4 of these. So the shade I have is Empower. And then the blush shade, which is more like a berry pink color. It's very pigmented. Now is where I go with my mishmash of brushes, my contour brush, but nothing on it. Go back in with that. Marry it into the blush. Same for the other side. My highlight brush. Go back in with the highlight, just a little bit. You don't need much. And just do a fluffy, soft circular motion for whatever the blush. I don't know where I stopped off at, but I wasn't recording a lot of stuff. Once I play this back, I'll know what it is, and I'll just try to tell you guys what I did. I didn't even realize that until just now. Oh my God. Anywho, I'm gonna set my brows. Remember, whatever you don't like, you can tailor it to your preference. If you don't really do fluffy brows, I like right now, I like not so perfect sculpted brows. I like it like a little sculpted, but fluffy, and just a bit unruly. That's just the vibe I'm giving. If you're not a palette girl and you want to just use one single eyeshadow, I'll show you guys this and a swatch, and then just go get it because it's so good. It's so good. This is 08. It doesn't really have a name. Either 08, yeah, 08. Doesn't have a name though. I hope I did that justice. I don't know if I did, but it's very gorgeous. Very, very gorgeous. I hoped that helped a little bit. Not sure if it did, but I hope it did. So now I'll give you a couple of, well, 2 options. Always red. Always red. If you don't know about this right now, where have you even been? There has not been a skin tone that this has not worked on. This is stunning on everybody. Doesn't matter what your skin tone is, stunning. I'm gonna put this on last. Let's do, so this Sephora collection lip liner, this is the Rouge Gel Lip Liner. Excuse me. This is the Sephora collection Rouge Gel Lip Liner. This is molasses, I'm sure. Yep, 17 molasses, and it looks like this. This is not matte though, so if you want matte liner, you get a matte liner. The other one I have is a gel liner, and it's a glide liner. It's waterproof, and this is brown chestnut. This comes in white, brown, and black. I use it as my lip liner. I've never used this as an eyeliner. It's an eyeliner. I've never used it as an eyeliner ever, and I've been repurchasing this. I can't find the third one. The third one is a kohl pencil, and I like how ashy and almost powdery that one is, but I think I finished it. It's one of the long ones. I'll annotate it on the screen so you guys can see. But eyeliners for lip liner, to me, I've been doing this for years. I love, love, love. Okay, this is what that looks like. The first, if you want something like not matte, let's use molasses to line. So if your eyes are a little more glam and it's like a very, 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 what's the word I want to say? Like sparkly. So you want to do a nude lip. This can be an option. This is the Lip Stories. This is a cream one and I'm using number 3. It's called Oui. They often change, like they will add some more. Wow, okay. And it's so pretty. Look. And this is more of a pinky mauve. If you wanted to do red, but you don't really want to do like a liquid lipstick, which is what this is, you can also do another Lip Stories. This is Offshore and it's also red. This is 66. Oh, it's so beautiful. And I'll show you what the case looks like. Just has surfboards around it. I'm not gonna put that on because it's just a red color. I'm gonna put on Always Red for You so you can see what I mean. I'm gonna put it on by itself and then I'm gonna add lip liner so you guys can see. Let me take this off first so you guys can see what it looks like. But for me, red is my nude. I can wear red every day. So because liquid lipsticks tend to be a little on the drier side, I always either use my Laneige lip balm. I use a tiny bit because that's so hydrating. I use a tiny bit and then kiss it off. So my lips is hydrated, but there's no like excess product on it. And then I go in with the liquid lipstick. Doesn't matter what liquid lipstick from what brand, or if I'm using a very matte lipstick, it'll still look matte, but my lips are not dry. They're not gonna be dry. And I'm comfortable throughout the night. But this by itself is just, it's comfortable. So let's do it. Oh, and it smells so good. To me, this smells like a creamsicle. When you're applying red lipstick, take your time. If I'm not holiday ready, I don't know who is. Of course, this is given very holiday. Nothing is on my teeth, but just to be sure that you don't have any in here, because I applied not too much on the inside. There was nothing on my finger. So this is what it looks like. I think ever This red lipstick has been the product on makeup that I've spent the most, I don't want to say the most money, but that I have repurchased over and over, because y'all, every time I'm done with this, you can see it's like nothing. It's like dry. That, I have a lot of red lipstick, but it's just, I'm trying to kiss something so you can see. Nothing. Absolute nothing. It's so good. Okay. This is what it looks like. Now, once it's dry, you can go back in with another coat. And if you really want this to last like all night, after you eat, after you drink, use an eyeshadow that's this color. If you have a red eyeshadow, just tap it over. Or if you have a very translucent, I take that back. If you have a transparent powder, just pop, pop, pop. Let me show you. I say transparent because I don't want your color to change. So I have this translucent powder here. Let's just use this for the sake of this video. But I would say an eyeshadow that's that color, do that. If not, then you use the powder. See what I mean? It could change the color. But once you set this, it's not going nowhere. Oh, it's not going nowhere. Not going anywhere. Get the inner parts too, though, where it's still like wet. And whatever brush, if you don't use your finger, whatever brush you use, because it is lipstick, wash it away. Like, wash it right away. And y'all, this is such a holiday look. All right, to tie together, I'm gonna set my face, and then actually before we do that, we're gonna use lashes. This is the last time I used lashes in a video. Ooh, who do I think I am? This is in a yellow packaging if you were interested. Unless it's like Halloween or I'm doing like an editorial or like dramatic look and I'm going for that look specifically, you will not catch me using lashes that are longer or fuller than this, because it does not look good in person. Those ridiculous long lashes. Are you a helicopter? Where are you flying to? I really love this lashes because if you are, or the packaging of it, so when you take it off or before you even take it off, it shows you what's what. So this top is the left side and the bottom is the right side. So I'm gonna trim it to my eyes because I have smaller eyes, and I always pick my lash from the outer corner because that's where I would trim from anyway. So if it lifts up, it will always be from there. If I over pluck it, it will always be from there. The only lash brand I think I've never had to like trim or cut is Velour Lash. Is it Velour Lashes? It is Velour Lashes, and they make my favorite lashes. Would I lie? It was my favorite lash to use on brides and favorite lash to use on myself. So I'm just gonna measure this. Oh, I don't need to cut this. Just look immediately what lashes does to the eye. Oh my God. So now I'm just gonna look down and place my lash. And this is kind of where before I set my face, I kind of do like final touch-ups of things. So I would like touch up whatever I want to touch up with my brows. So that's what we're gonna do. And whatever your favorite brow product is what you should use. Y'all know I'm always talking about brow products that I'm just like the one I just used. I wouldn't go out of my way to like glorify it, but I'm gonna use it though because I have it, you know? So now I'm just going to set my face, trusty Airbrush Flawless setting spray from Charlotte. So while my forehead is still the last part that's drying, I'm gonna go in with Bottom Lash Mascara. And then with my powder brush, I'm just gonna boop, boop, boop. And this is the look. And then, you know, you can engulf your body with some nice shimmers, like mix some shimmer with oil, or if you have the spray, jewelry. But yeah, I would say this is like a classic holiday glam, right? Am I right? You can do the reverse. You can make your eyes look way more glam than this and do nude lips. You can do really, really sparkling eyes. Do like silver sparkling eyes. You can do something like blue or blue and black. Like you can use a black base. And if you have blue shimmers, like the way those colors just come out when you go out at night, baby, what? Yes. So thank you for watching. Whatever Sephora collection products you guys have, let me know what your favorite is, like in each category, if you have each category, or just your favorite Sephora collection product overall. I don't know if I have one, but if I had to pick, y'all, I meant to use this spray. I forgot. I just looked over. Oh, I'm so sad because I really wanted to use this. Damn. I'm so used to grabbing that setting spray. I'm sad. Because it was right here for me to use and I just looked over it. I'm so sorry. But I've heard good things about it. I haven't used it yet. If you guys want me to use these exact same products in another video, but giving you a completely different look, I will do that for you. I will actually do that for you ASAP. So let me know. Thumbs up this video. If you'd like to subscribe, I welcome you to, and I will see you in the next one.